Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to this hairstyle tutorial right here. Now I should say this one is a slight departure from my usual sort of disconnected high fade. I'm really changing the way that my hair is at the moment. I'm going for a more sort of classic cut and I'm going for more sort of classic styling. And for me really there's nothing more classic than that 1920s Great Gatsby sort of look. It's sleek, it's glossy, and I'm really into it. It also goes with the moustache. So guys, watch on. This really is very simple and very quick to do. So my hair has been washed and it's been towel dried, totally clean. You can see now actually that with the cut, there's a lot more weight in my hair than I used to have up sort of at the top of the hair. It's still quite tight around the ears and into the neck, but I'm just growing it out slightly, and that's allowing me to do sort of these more sort of classic hairstyles. Also, where the parting is and where it's been moved by Johnny who cut my hair, he's actually put it slightly higher. Normally it was quite a low sort of part, now it's higher, and it does sort of fit with these sort of 1920s hairstyles that I'm going to do. Now the first thing that I will do is to prep my hair. I always do this. Guys that have got slightly thicker, more manageable hair might not need to do this, but for me, I'm all over it. So I'm going to use just a little bit of the Aveda thickening tonic all into the hair just so it's coated. You can use something like your usual pre-styler. I always say though, I wouldn't really use something like a sea salt spray or anything that's going to add too much texture. We want it to be smooth to allow for the style. Next thing is I'm going to grab my hairdryer and I'm going to go medium heat, fast speed, and I'm just going to work my hands through the hair, just really directing it across the way I want. You can go left to right or right to left. It really doesn't matter. We will then put in the part and style it. Okay, and I'm going to stop before the hair feels over dried. The last thing I always do when I'm using a hairdryer, just to really sort of set the hair and to close the cuticle, up the shine, up the gloss, is to use a cold blast. So I've got a cold shot button on here. I use this, I push it in, but just take the temperature down if you don't have that, but the same sort of fast speed. Okay, that is that. You can see with all the volume in my hair, you can actually see where that parting is going to go in now. So I've got a bit of a ledge here in the hair, and that's essentially where the hair is going to go, right on that recession line, which is here. We're then going to work the product in, so I'm going to use a heavy hold greasy pomade because that's what they would have had around about that time, into the hands, work through, and just really work that style sweeping over before I get the comb in. So I'm using the Rousals one because for me, this is a real sort of traditional based brand, and I really like the sort of hold and shine that this is going to give. And to apply, I'm going to sweep away from the way we want to go before going the way we want to go. So basically you're going to be coating the underside. Then I'm going to grab a little bit more. These sort of products are all about layering. Don't go in with too much at first because the hair will be saturated, heavy and greasy. Okay, and when the hair is totally coated, that's when you're either going to get something like a flat brush, a paddle brush, or a comb. For me, I like a comb because it's easier, and also I can then work that parting in. So I'm literally just combing it all through. Working that through and across. With the side of the hair, I'm just kind of pushing back on it. Combing and then sweeping with the other hand just to catch any sort of flyaways or bits that don't want to go. You might actually need to layer the product if you're finding that the hair is not staying down, or maybe your hairs might not even be long enough. That is a common sort of thing. If your hair is always sticking up, then it just might not have enough weight. Then what I'm going to do is get this parting in. So you can see here, right on the side, that is where the parting is going to go, where the difference of length of hair is. So I'm going to grab my comb and just pull away. So pulling away from where that part is. For me, it goes kind of diagonally, so it goes from the bottom here, the recession line, up to the back. And this product is so responsive. You can see that it's already got quite a lot of weight, whereas something like a more traditional, say like a water-based paste or a clay or even a water-based pomade wouldn't give you this sort of styling. And I'm just now, because we've got that parting in and we've got the style, I'm just going to keep on combing it until I'm happy, and that really is it. With the sides again, just pushing back on a diagonal, the top across, you can add as little or as much volume as you want. Okay, and I'm going to stop there. If I kept on going then I'm sure I'd mess it up. The final thing that I'm going to kind of do with this is grab a tiny bit of product from this into the hands, and I'm going to just really sort of stroke across the surface of the hair to catch any flyaways and just add a little bit of a gloss to it. And that I am happy with. So actually, because I do have more hair based on the sides now, there's more weight which allows it to sit down. If you've got a really sort of harsh fade or it's really short and clippered against the head, then you'll find that the hair will be poking out. So actually, the longer I let this go, the more that this style will work. But that is it, and literally that was so quick for me to do, and that sort of product is perfect to hold the hair down and also give it this really sort of authentic gloss and look. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I'm excited to kind of see that with growing my hair, what other styles we can do. And if you want to see that, great link. And you've not yet subscribed, then please do press subscribe. The button is just up there. There's also more video suggestions down there. Stay with me and watch them. Head to my blog, it's there. Instagram and podcast, all the info up there in the info box. But I'll see you in the next new one. Bye bye.